Well, this is the One Piece chapter 763, and let's just say, well, we get more inblicks about Don Flamingo's past when he is sleeping, he's having nightmares, and apparently, well, I will not defend these commoners too much, but let's just say this. The world novels, the insanity they have created, oh god, it is extreme. Well, no, that's the wrong word. It's not extreme. In a way, it's justified, but it's still insane. Because Don Quixote, no, Don Quixote Ho Ming was the father's name. He wanted to live as normal humans, even though they had a big house. But as soon as the commoners find out that they were celestial dragons, they began to torture them and make life hell for them. And eventually, they even kidnapped them and almost put them on public executions while throwing insults and crying out loud and for all the crimes they did. There are many mentions horrible things like a 2.5-year-old son got shot 16 times. A daughter who was a former slave committed suicide after 3 months. Another one who was a former slave got his eyes gouged out just for entertainment. I have to admit, these world novels, God, the 10 Ubito celestial dragons, they are insane. They must be stopped. But still, to see this much insanity in commoners. Imagine what will happen if all the celestial dragons lost their rights. Oh my god, it's gonna be a living. Well, it's not gonna really be hell in a way, but it's gonna be like a hell. It's gonna breeze through them. Either way, Don Flamingo wakes up from that dream and Law gets called into Don Flamingo, but it turns out that Corazon did not tell on him. And Buffalo got uh, bought his loyalty through ice cream. I mean, Law bought him ice cream in order to silence him. Corazon always said it was an enemy, with a note, of course. So in that way, Don Flamingo decides to make Law a permanent member and to train him on all arts. Law considered this a waste since he's gonna die, but Don Flamingo says he may get a devil fruit that will save him. So we fast forwards many of time of his life, doing adventures, planning, fighting when he fights with Baby Five against an enemy, gets saved by Don Flamingo, where he trains with the Don Quixote pirates, and they're kind of abusive in their training, or at least very strict. Gladius kicking him because he misses his target, Lao Ji giving a very beat down because he's not disciplining, and Diamante just using his Fuga no Mi to toy with him in his training. And then fast forwards to 2 years later, Law has only 1 year left, and apparently all of the Don Quixote pirates have code names in their names or whatever not, because Buffalo and Baby Five told Law their real names. So eventually Law reveals that Trafalgar Law is not his real name. No, it's Trafalgar D. Water Law. Yeah, Law is a D. Okay, Uda, that was weird. Law is a D? Granted, he had many smiling moments, but I can't remember. His father, apparently his mother's maiden name was Water, and then that makes the father the D. But the father and the mother, they did not die smiling, did they? Either Uda just did a mistake, or technically, well, how they died. I gotta admit, no one should really be smiling dying like that. Either way, Corazon appears, drags Law away, and surprisingly reveals he can talk, warning Law that he must run away from Don Flamingo if Law ever reveals that he's a D. I admit, I like this flashback. Apparently Corazon had a change of heart, and now he can talk. I'm still guessing it must have something to do with Law stabbing him. I guess he must have had such a shock that he could actually talk again, and he has been keeping silence for 2 years. Something else. And then there's the D. Trafalgar Law reveals it's the D. Then maybe why he has such knowledge about the D that it will cause a storm and all that stuff. So that is actually the reveal about that. But also, and it also reveals why Trafalgar Law may have saved Luffy. But now it comes to that curious part. Again, there's a common theory that says that we all that the D people were the original kings, and the 20 kings that are the descendants. I mean the celestial that whose descendants are the celestial dragons. Could it be that's why what Corazon meant? That since Don Quixote is since Don Flamingo is a former Tenryubito, a D is a lifelong enemy and must be killed, or it could be that a D is someone who's bring danger to those who are world nobles. Maybe that's the one secret. Will we get more to learn about the D? I doubt it, but I hope we will next time. I have to admit, I like this past. Give me your thoughts if you have any.